Hello, 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 hello. Wherever you may be on this magnificent planet called Earth, I hope wherever you are, brothers, sisters on this globe, you are having a celestial day, evening, night, wherever you located. Welcome to my channel. About 3 topics. My application of choice in this case is the renowned, the famous, the glorious Blender. It's come a long way, people. I started with Blender 2.76, but I was looking at them older versions of Blender, and they look terrible. If you look back at them previous Blender 0.5, they were terrible. But anyway, my topic for today is making your own landscape. As an artist, I have artistic ability. When I was a young teenager, I used to draw a lot. But you know, as you get older and you start paying bills and all that, it falls by the wayside. But I had artistic ability. When you have artistic ability, you have to make the whole thing, the whole sculpt, the painting, the drawing, etc. I know that Blender has the ant add-on. The ant add-on will make landscape and planetary objects for you quickly. But when we use, as you're going to see in a few seconds, when we use that the weight paint, that's going to be our biggest help. The weight paint, we don't have to be clicking on no buttons. We don't have to be adjusting no sliders, none of that. We just use weight paint and that's it, and we get what we want. So let's jump right in and start right now. Let me give it a Harold the Cube. Goodbye, Harold. X. Give it a Harold. I'm going to add a plane in. I'm going to scale it up to my level 6. That's what I want. And as always, when you use weight paint, remember this, good people. If you're a newer person, if you're a newbie to Blender, when you use weight paint, you always have to subdivide. So I'm going to subdivide it once. I'm going to tab. Now I subdivide it. I give it 50 subdivisions. That should be good enough for my little demonstration. Okay, so we got that. Now I'm gonna do something different. I've seen only one video that's dealing with using weight painting to make a landscape, and that one video is for the prior version of Blender, like 2.6, 2.7x. It's for those. I haven't seen any modern versions 2.80 talking about how to make your landscape. So we got that. Now let's go back to object mode. And this how my video is different from the one that I saw before. They went straight to weight paint. But no, I'm not going to go straight to weight paint because I discovered when I was messing around, it's better to get the displacement modifier there, and I can see my effects in real time. So let's click on the little wrench for the modifiers. Click, choose Displace. We're going down here to where it says Vertex Groups. We haven't made anything yet, but I hope it's still got the default group. No, we don't got nothing there yet. So we have to go to the weight paint and at least make one slight change. Now, before I go to the weight paint, because I discovered when you make something that has a certain level of depth in the weight paint, like the hills only gonna be a certain height always. So I figure I wanna do some things before I start manipulating my my little mesh. So let me go back to edit mode if I can. Go back to edit mode. I want to put it in top view. Hit the tilde key, put it in top view. And I want to put my mountain range right in the center. I want to make this large. I'm gonna click that. That's gonna be my mountain. Then I'm gonna rotate it. Then I'm just gonna extend it up some. I'm gonna hit my extrude key or the E or the extrude icon over here. But since I'm at Blender 2.76, I'm used to those hotkeys. So for me, I'm just gonna hit the E. Then I'm just gonna extrude it up to about, right here to make it. See, in the default mode with weight paint and the manipulation, it never gets this high. So so that's what you should do first. If you decide that you're gonna have some elevated land in your figure, do that before you go to the weight paint. Then you'll know nothing weird can start happening. I want to give me some, and not always, since weight paint is dependent on vertices, I want to give it some subdivision. So I give this a little bit, a couple subdivisions. That's good, because weight paint is based on that. So now we're good to go. Now I can go to weight paint. Edit, weight paint. I want to put it back on in a top view. Top. And I want to make this top right here dark. Like right here. I want to make all of that dark. As much as I possible. A dark reddish color if I can. If I can. But I can, but I'm just going to stay in the default mode to weight paint. I'm not going to change my brush strokes. Right there. I'll go around some more, make it look as dark as possible. Go around to the edges. Okay. Now, the default vertex group has been created. The default. So let's go back to object mode. You see it looks sort of ugly there. Let's go to vertex group. And I want to choose my group. Right there. See, now it's back to sort of what it was. Sort of what it was. So I made some changes to it. It made some adjustments. Not the way I want, but hey, it made some adjustments. But this is my first time doing this, so you know, as I get more and more adept with this, I get it to look the way I want. But it's okay for now. Oh, I could go back. I can manipulate some of my vertices in the edit mode, but I'm just gonna leave it like it is now. Now I got it back to my displacement. Now this is where the magic gonna begin. People, watch this. Now I went to my modifier. I got it on Displace, and I chose my vertex group. So you have to at least put one vertex there. I should have just put a little dot and came back, but hey, it is what it is. Alright, so I can go back to weight paint. Now we're going to see, since I had the Displace modifier active, we're going to see things start to take effect. Let me reduce my weight level. Watch, it's going to start morphing. See? You see that? The mountain is changing. I can cut off what I want. And then if you want to, you know, you can go up here to the paint brush here where it says browse brush selection. You can choose any of these that you want to. I may choose subtract right now. Let's subtract. Let me scale down my I'm gonna leave my strength at 1 because that's didn't have no effect when I was working for later. So you can adjust your strength and see what happens. I'm just gonna leave it at 1. My main thing I like to adjust is the weight right here. And I'm doing subtract, so it should start slowly subtracting. And as you see, see it's changing. It looks more like the way I want now. More like a mountain. As I subtract stuff. Slowly subtract. Now I'm gonna go back to, I'm gonna click back on my brush. Now I'm gonna just choose mix, or you can choose add. And I'm gonna come around to the landmass at the bottom. As you can see, it's starting to puff up. So, but since I got it on such a faint blue, it's not puffing up as much. But you see it's puffing up. That's why I chose the Displace. So we're seeing what's happening in real time. That's in weight paint mode, but you're still seeing a real time effect. And that's what I like. Now with Ant, you don't see no real time effect. In Ant, you get what it gives you. I know you got to work with them sliders and whatnot, but you see right now, you see right there, as in real time, I'm seeing it make adjustments, and I like that. I didn't see that in any of the videos. When the videos that I watched earlier, we went right to weight paint, put the paint down, and then it went back to displacement. But you see, it's working in real time. Let me reduce my weight right there, and you see real time effects. So now you can become truly an artist. You truly are an artist. I'm gonna take it up to the highest level so it can give me a reddish color. See right there? Like I said, that's the maximum. That's the maximum height that weight paint will give you when it's red. So that's why I had to elevate it myself. Okay, so that looks good. Now I'm gonna add some more stuff to this mountain right here. Let's see what I can do to this mountain. I should have started with the base because that looks unnatural right there. It's best to build it up around the base. Let me reduce my radius. I reduce my radius. Now I'm just going to work around the base part. Add up to the base. I can build the base up if I want. I can reduce some of it. Bring some of it down. Just work on it some more. Oh, it's still sort of high. So the main thing is working with that weight. Just work with the weight and just move around. And you see everything's happening in real time. That's what I like most. I'm affecting my mass. I'm the artist. I'm the artist. The computer's not telling me what it want to do. I'm telling the machine what I want it to do. And you know you can decrease your, you can do it for radius. You can you can adjust your radius too. Now let's go back to object mode and see how it looks. See, there it is. And then to get rid of some of the ugliness of it, you just right click and shade smooth, and there it is. So you see, you big people, you are the artist now. You can make your scene any way you want to. Let me go back to it, and I can adjust my mountain some more. Cause you know a mountain is not so linear like that. Weight paint. Let's adjust the mountain a little bit more. You know, a mountain is not as linear as this. I'm just gonna go to touch up the bases around my mountain. Touch the bases. And I can build it. I can go up some. Just build up slightly around my mountain. That's gonna increase the slightly. That's slightly increase the weight. Let's go around my mountain. Just give it more mass, like it is now. That looks nice. I can just click right up here, make it look more believable. Slowly add more. Slowly build up my mountain. Slowly build it up. Slowly build up my mountain. Slowly add more to it. Okay, see, it looks more and more believable now. I got slightly add more blue to it. The top, you see, it's becoming more more pointed. At least on that side I was working on. But you know, I would just go around and give more dimension as I walk up my mountain. But it looks almost more like a mountain now. It looks believable. So now we go back to object mode, and there it is. It looks ugly. It looks wild. But I guess what will happen if I add a subsurface to it? Add subsurface. See, okay, it looks more smoother now. See, it looks more believable. So you guys can keep working on that. Now it's like an actual mountain. It looks like an actual mountain. It looks chaotic, unorganized, like it was not made naturally. See, and so that's it, my big people. You saw what I did. If you don't want to deal with the default height of the weight paint, this is what it's going to give you. This is the default height of your mountain. Whatever, if you're making something, it ain't going to get no larger than that right there. You all saw I extruded part of it. Then I've added loop cuts and work from there. So now, if you want to be an artist and don't want to depend on the what you call it? If you don't want to depend on ant, make your own stuff like I did right here. And before I go, most of us, when we're dealing with blender, we always like to make a grassy scene. I even discovered I can use the weight paint for that. You know, because a lot of times when I was making my grassy scene, I tried to manipulate the contour. But I'm gonna show you right now. You can use the weight paint to even make ground for the grass. So let me delete this. X delete. I'm going to delete my my annotation that I was right for. Let me delete that. Let me put it back to this. I want to add me another plane. Scale it up to 6. You know the routine. Go to edit mode. Right click. Subdivide. I like to give it 50 cuts. You can do more. The more it is, the better it will be. Alright, so I'm there. And like I said, like I learned earlier, I want to go right to add modifier. I want to choose Displace. But now we cannot use the vertex groups because we gotta start making our own. We gotta put at least one weight paint texture here. So I want to reduce my weight down to there. I want to make my radius big so I can simulate. Oh, that's too large. So I can try to simulate ground area. Okay, that looks good right there. I'm just gonna make nice sweeping motions. Nice little sweeping motions to simulate ground. And now I can choose my vertex groups. And then let's go back to so we can see it better. And you see I have nice sloping ground, real life. Nice and sloping. No harsh bumps like with my mountain. No harsh near 90-degree twist and turn. It's nice and smooth. And I also want to simulate. I'm gonna see if I can simulate some grass on here. I'm not making no fancy grass, people. I'm just gonna make something simple. Simple particle system. Add object. Add mesh. Cube. I'm gonna scale it on the Z. Oops. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna scale. Shift Z. Alright. I see Shift Z don't work on here no more. I want to ignore the Z axis. Anyway, I just scale on the X. Scale X. Scale Y. Grab it on the Y. This is gonna be my grass right here. Let me go down here to materials to give it a little greenish color. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it's not working. Why is it not working? Okay, I have to wait for a couple minutes. I'm sorry, I have an i5 computer, so it's not light and fast. Report. Choose the color. I'm gonna give it like a greenish color. Okay, that's good. One more thing. Now you see what right here where my mouse pointed at? That's the origin point. If I put it in if I make particles of it, that's where it's going to hit the plane at, right where that origin. So I have to move my origin. Remove my origin. I don't have to move it all the way down to the bottom like I used to, because since the ground is contour, some of the grass may be above it and some may be below. So I'm just going to choose a good spot where I think the origin should be. So let's see. Go to options. Choose origin. Okay, I got my origin. I'm just going to drop it down a little bit. Okay, here's my origin. If I can. Grab Z. Yeah, I can drop. Okay. That's a good spot right there. I don't need to have it all the way down. So now when I make my particles, it should look sort of realistic. Let me go back to my plane. Click on the plane. Let's go to the particle system. Add a new particle. I want to have everything up here. So my end frame and start frame is going to be the same. One. Oops, so see, it's on the wrong object. So sorry about that, people. Okay, I click on my plane. Give the plane the particle system. Right there. Make the end the same as the start frame. Okay, there we go. So it's working because it got all them little halo things on there. Now we can go down to render. Render. Like object. I can click on my eyedropper because I only got one little object here in my grass. Right there. So good, it's working. And you see it fits the you see it's fitting that contour. You see right here, I can give an example. Right in here. Oops. Annotate. Right in here. In this little section right here, you see the grass is fitting the contour. My simple grass, if I may say. So we see now you can even use the Displace and a weight paint to make a simple grassy plane. Now I want to add more grass to it. Let me go to children. Click back on my main plane. I'm going to click back on my plane. Back on the plane. I'm in the particle system. Let's go down to children. Let's see what I can do with children. Here's children. I'm going to choose simple. Okay. That looks good because sometimes grass is bunched up together. But I wanna try to spread it out some more to get used to using children. I'm gonna choose my radius. Okay, see that's a good radius right there. So now it's a little believable. I'm actually gonna take my grass up to 5,000 to make it look more grassy. I'll take it up to 3,000. I know I got children, so see, whoa, that's too much. I'll bring it down to 150. 1500. Okay, see, I flatten it down. So now we gotta go to rotation. Let me click on rotation. Then I'm just gonna choose none. Hopefully that'll straighten it out. Okay, so it straightened it out. Okay, well some of my grass is far down in there. I'm not gonna worry about that because it's just a demonstration video about that. It's not about the particle system. Why some of my grass is far down. My particle right there, but I ain't gonna worry about that, people. But you all see now how rotation. I'm gonna rotation again. I'm gonna choose none. But I worry about that's another issue for another day. Why is it right there? You gotta work with rotation. Understand? But anyway, people, you all saw in the demonstration how we use weight paint and a displace modifier to create our own scene, our own artistry scene. We saw that, you know, weight paint is only going to give it a certain height. See, no video cover that. It's only going to be a certain height with the weight paint. It ain't going to go too high. But so to make it go to the height that you want, you should make adjustments to a certain section of your mesh. Make the height adjustment and give it some subdivisions, because you know when you extrude, the sides won't be subdivided, so you got to subdivide it. Then you just work from there. So thank you for stopping by. I hope this lesson give you some information into the power of using weight paint and displacement to create your own scene. I know with an ant you may have to manipulate it, but you all saw I didn't have to do no manipulation. And to make it real time, to see the ground change in my face, all you gotta do in the weight paint is put one simple particle there. One little particle will make you the default group. Then you go back to your displacement modifier and change your vertex to vertex groups, and then you start painting. Then you see real-time change. For the new people, as you all see, if you watch me in my videos, I keep learning. You see, I love the 3D industry. Like I told you, I was an artist in high school when I'm in my early 20s. Blender just another form of me extending my artwork in a 3D fashion. So you keep pushing. Don't get discouraged. Don't look back, because this will pay off. It's a good hobby for me. I already got my own career as an educator. I already got a job as an educator, and I'm over 40. So to me, it's just a love that I love doing. You just keep pushing forward, don't stop, and your skills will increase as the days push forward. So the next time, Blender Family, 3D Family, peace.